Mr. White detergent powder. Bit of extra bounce. Let's play for sure. And it's almost been back-to-back wickets. There were 3 for 38, now 4 for 45 with this shot by Saqib Al Hasan, looking to try and find the boundary to the shorter part of the ground today, 66 yards towards electronic scoreboard. And Gulbaz, Normazai, couple for success. Ahmadullah Riyad now is out in the middle, the captain.
Normazai bowling really well. He can surprise the batsman with his pace. Look at that, 143k. What a beautiful shot that is. And skipper Mahmudullah Riyad playing his 115th match today, approaching 2,000 runs, 19 short of those 2,000 runs. First Bangladeshi, if he could reach that 2,000 mark for T20 international for Bangladesh. 650s already, but he's got a job in his hand.
Yeah, he's got a lot of responsibility, the skipper. 10 off 7 in the previous game. Off the mark. Another very successful over for Afghanistan. 5 off it and a wicket. It's 47 for 4.
It has not been a good first half of the innings for Bangladesh. Deciding to bat first, they kept on losing wickets at regular intervals, 7, 22, 38, 45. Now Mushfiqur and Mahmudullah Riyad in the middle. Oh, it's going to be a very difficult balancing act at the moment. 4.7 the run rate. They want to ensure they get at least 140 on the board. Sharafuddin Ashraf, 27-year-old from the Isfahani end, has got 5 wickets in his career so far. Bowling decently enough. Good afternoon once again, Parvez Maroof.
Good afternoon, Shamim. Yes, Ashraf was replacing Mujibur Rahman. He's got an important role to play to keep up this pressure, which Rashid Khan
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
It's going to be quite close. I think he has.
Copy that, TV Ambassador Director. We have a review for LBW. Original design is not out. Start with front foot, please. It's a fair delivery. Move on to front on spin vision. Can I have a trace for confirmation? Move forward, flat line when ball pass the bat. Can I have ball tracking when you are ready? Waiting for ball tracking. Here it comes. Ball coming in. Pitching offside, impact umpire ball and wicket missing. Go back to on field.
The cheers ring out here as the review goes against the bowling unit. But I think the batter pretty much knew that it was going to go high up, and even the impact was umpire's call. So we carry on. But it has not been comfortable for the batters of Bangladesh. Oh, he goes right across. Intention, I thought, was to drive it, drag it to the onside.
Understandably so, Mushfiqur Rahim very strong to the leg side. Leg side boundary. It's been a shorter boundary today. He's trying to eye that boundary. Shot this time. Look at the bounce. Woof. It's time for the spinners. Almost. Gurbaz grabbing that, fingers pointing up. Not that shot as well. Look at the bounce. Oh my God.
It's like a pace bowler putting his shoulder into it and getting that kind of a bounce. To put the seat out on the batter's mind. It's been a superb over so far. And he doesn't quite get hold of it. Going to be a single into the deep. Just the 2 runs of the 11th over. 49 for 4.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
Come back again with another over.
Sharifuddin Ashraf is a tall bowler. Look at this. For a ball which got spun. And Ramla Gurbaz did really well to save 4 runs as far as I'm concerned. And Mushfiqur Rahim was caught very, very surprisingly. It's purely because Ashraf releases the ball, comes right on top of the 11 o'clock angle, letting it into the pitch. And we have seen how hard and filled pitch as this has been. Reverse sweep set away. Rashid Khan on the 3rd over, almost getting rid of Mushfiqur Rahim. Last couple of overs, Mushfiqur Rahim is a little bit edgy, looking for that boundaries options.
Yes, he has been. It's not often that you see him doing that, and that premeditated reverse sweep can be very, very risky shot to play. He does do well, just opens the face at the last moment. But Rashid Khan has been bowling some beauties here.
The game plan, how I see, is Mohammad Riyad takes a little time to get to his innings. I think Mushfiqur Rahim will take those risks. Googly again. And Mohammad Riyad running as well. That's how I see it. Rahim taking these chances and at least getting 1 boundary option per over. That carries 7 to 8 runs per over, which they'll end up at least close to 130, 140, which is a bare minimum in this pitch. Whereas Mohammad Riyad will be concentrating more on at least batting till about the 18th over. So that'll be the game plan as far as I'm concerned for Bangladesh.
Oh, he swung that around, that's up in the air, that's going to evade the fielder, and that's going to bring a very, very big pressure release boundary. This is excellent.
Come the man, skipper, Mohammad Riyad. The chips are down and runs. It's been hard to come by, taking a huge risk, going against the turn of Rashid Khan, who's been magnificent in his 3rd over, bisecting that gap between deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Long hit towards as well.
Long hit, but he knew exactly where he was going to target it. And nice little tuck away. That is good cricket from Mohammad Riyad. Just using the angle of the ball. It's going back to what they need to do. Oh, there. Afghanistan have normally been pretty sharp in the field. On a couple of occasions we've seen things like that happen, giving them extra run.
And that's pretty unlucky. Deep into good fielder. A good throw, 1 bounce, straight to the pitch, whereas just felt Gurbaz that there's no need of going for a run out, would have gone in front of the stumps and collected it. But saying that, that's pretty unlucky, Afghanistan. And Mohammad Riyad doing the right thing. Boundary followed by a single, which ended up in 2 runs.
He goes again. Now, this one seems to have the perfect positioning, the perfect placement between those two fielders who thought they might have been in with a chance, but he bisected that gap so very
প্রিয়
nicely.
ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
And as you mentioned correctly, bisected that gap perfectly to get another boundary.
In a good over so far. Wants to ensure that he's there. Face another over, 11 runs from it. No need for any risky shots at all. Nice. This is excellent from Mahmoodullah Riyaz. Quick run taken, they're coming back for the second one. And that has put the pressure on the fielder. Couldn't pick it up on the first go. And they've got a couple more runs. 13 of the 12th over. 62 for 4. Just a little comparison I'd like to make with the first T20 international when Bangladesh made 71 for 3 in their first 10 overs. He moved away, the bowler tried to bowl it away from him, he reached for it and he plonked it away. Look at the confidence in that shot, just had to reach for it, extend his arm, but despite that lovely flow of the bat.
Probably the hardest stroke to play in the cricket in manual. Oh, extra cover, giving some room, and nicely timing it, flat bat as well. Usually the bat player plays the inside out, you see the elbow going through the line, but this time it's more like a flat bat. Just goes to show how good this pitch is behaving. Good start for Bangladesh in this over.
And I think that's a decent enough delivery to come back with just the back of the length, pushing the batter back. Just going back to that point, Bangladesh 71 for 3 in the first 10 and the first T20 international went on to make 155. Unfortunately, they lag far behind after 10 overs, so they've got a lot of catching up to do if they want to reach that 140-150 mark.
I think if Bangladesh is close to anything close to 140, these two batters at least got to bat till around the 17th over. Really Ashraf bowling into the pitch, left arm spin is not going to be easy. And these two experienced players, more than 100 games each for the country, and they are the ones who can definitely make the difference what Bangladesh is looking for.
Something that you mentioned earlier, Farvez, is that they can trust the wicket. It's been a batting friendly wicket. At the same time, it has something for the bowlers. All in all, as we say, a sporting wicket. Just after that boundary in the first ball, content to just milk the runs.
I'm the batsman, so I mean, I get a pitch, and if I get in, trust the bounce always. And also we all seen at Sher Bangala.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
This time going with the arm and trying to play on the up. Huge gap between the bat and the pad, sneaking in.
Just waiting for that turn. That did not come. Held its line. Just very lucky not to get an inside edge. What's he going to do now? He wants to assert himself. And that's gone down the leg side. It's going to be a wide. You'll have to re-bowl that.
Slightly in line this time by Ashraf. Has been bowling really well. I mean, the team in place of Mujibur Rahman has been steady, collected as well by Gurbaz. Final delivery coming up.
Not ready for it. Settling down. Every ball so crucial. Shuffles across down the leg side. Umpire's not going to respond to that. And I just feel they might not go for the review. We'll wait and see if they do. Umpire just waiting before he calls over. From the reaction of Nabi, I think that's not on. 13 overs done, 70 for 4. Current run rate 5.38 for Bangladesh, with the two stalwarts in the middle, Mahmudullah Riyad and Mushfiqur Rahim. And it'll be Karim Jannat with his first over in this second T20 international. All very young players from Afghanistan. Another 23-year-old, 30 wickets in his kitty already. And now, just going down the wicket a little too early. Once you do that, you allow the bowler to just bowl it 10 wider of your reach.
Straight away, Mushfiqur Rahim coming down the track. With mid-off up, he was trying to go through extra cover and mid-off. Short filing in, it's going to be nothing in his area. It's got to be a bit shorter. And Karim Jannat, he understands that he's experienced campaigner. Anything up, Mushfiqur Rahim is going to target over long off.
He's shuffling across and almost cramping himself off. Oh, yeah. Almost slipped away from him. Recovered quickly. Gave them that extra chance of a run.
Zazai at third man, slight misfield.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
Karim Jannat in this over, some bounce in the previous delivery. Mushfiqur Rahim was caught surprised.
Kiki just over. Oh dear. He had must have had his heart in his mouth for a while. Just possibly got the splice of the bat and just over the diving keeper.
And the smart batting by Mushfiqur Rahim sense that Karim Jannat is going to bowl into the pitch. Slow ball, the quick ball, and the fine leg fielder in. He was going to get that option. We have seen many times Mushfiqur Rahim doing this, and this time got to be said very lucky. But sometimes luck favors the brave.
Absolutely. And he's chanced his arm, he's tried a reverse sweep. It's just always premeditation. Moment. And that's smashed away over the fielder. Easy pickings. That is stand and deliver. Marvelous shot.
Karim Jannat this time giving the pace and plenty of width. And all of a sudden Bangladesh, there was no boundaries, few overs before. And you can see plenty of boundaries, and players like Mushfiqur Rahim is not going to miss on those opportunities. Back of the lane, asking for trouble at this level. And timing, placement, spot on by Mushfiqur Rahim, who's playing his 100th game so far. Nabi, lot to ponder about.
Yeah, a lot to ponder about, particularly when Mushfiqur Rahim and Mahmudullah Riyad are going great guns, build up this partnership worth 35 of 26 now. With a little bit of extra pace and conducive to some stroke making. Here we go. Not quite timing it perfectly, but they scamper through for a single.
Definitely got the crowd going as well. Mahmudullah Riyad, the captain, has become the highest run scorer. T20 international for Bangladesh, has been a brilliant servant in all formats. Got to be said, young man has played against him long, as well as played with him. He's been a fantastic character, someone that any youngster could look into and learn a lot how to be a proper professional.
Oh, he's truly a professional, every sense of the word. And he stands, rides that bounce well, but finds the fielder in the deep. Only a single from the last ball of that over, 12 from it, 82 for 4. Run rate 5.86, but they'll be wanting to go at around 9 or 10 from now on.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
140 mark, that will be runs on the board with some pressure on the Afghanistan team.
37 of 28 so far. Two experienced players. Rashid Khan coming to this final over.
Hello. Rashid Khan urged in line, a swivel round, a fine sweep, and a lovely boundary. And with those, he goes on to 2,000 runs, and what a nice way of getting to it for Bangladesh.
The placement was very, very important, exactly what he got. It was square leg fielder, very, very square, but this time Riyad got it very fine. The length was there, it was a googly, meant to be hit, and got the placement perfectly. Again, good batting. Boundary followed by a single. Rashid Khan straight away under pressure.
Mahmudullah Riyad, the first Bangladeshi batter to reach that wonderful figure. 2,000 runs, is completed 650s, the best of 64. That's a good strike rate too. And these two are really getting a move on just at the right time. The pressure on the Afghan bowlers now.
Seems like playing with ease, Mushikur Rahim and Mahmud Riyad. So I'm talking about when the batsman gets in, it looks so easy. It's about doing the hard work in the first few balls, and then this time very close, looks very straight. Rashid Khan, wicket to wicket, you miss, I hit. Huge risk taken by Mahmud Riyad, and not going to review. This is fantastic by Rashid.
And Rashid Khan didn't even look around at the umpire, inquiring. He was sure that he's got his man. Seemed pretty much straightforward, trying to sweep across the line. Maybe not reading the angle of that ball. You see, that kept on holding its line. And no question about that decision. Big strike, big wicket. Rashid Khan, man for Afghanistan at the moment, sends back the Bangladesh skipper. Gone for 21. Mahmudullah Riyad, Bangladesh are 88 for 5.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
He is a good batter to have for the last 5 odd overs. Here's the reason why he's there.
Missed out completely. Taking a brisk. Here's Rashid Khan. Especially when he's bowling wicket to wicket, always very important. Give the head position. Just think that Mahmud Riyad was holding his head position slightly behind, trying to get that elevation and paying the price.
I can understand him trying to play that shot. Maybe the full phase of the bat would have been a better option. That's nicely struck past the fielder. The sparing effort, it's right to the boundary. Well done, Afif Hussain gets off to the boundary, and that is 10 runs from that over after 15, 92 for 5.
A bit of a resurrection for Bangladesh, Mushfiqur and Mahmudullah, but that has come to an end, and so Afif has joined Mushfiqur, who's come back into the side today, 24 of 20. Up strike rate, he's looked very positive. Just the 3 boundaries. The longer he stays there, the better it is for Bangladesh, with an average score of 145. Thinking maybe 150. I'll be thinking Afghanistan will be worried if they get to those sort of numbers. As we look at Afif, who's been a bright light for Bangladesh in this series against the Afghani. Very good looking shot. And someone who looks good all the time. Hello, Atta. How have you been?
I've been waiting. Using the depth of the crease. That was his theme today. Yeah, he's back and across his initial movement. He picks up the lengths very quickly. Strong on the offside on the square of the wicket also. Very good in those square of the wicket.
A piece of fielding, but it doesn't prevent the single. They have shown glimpses of how good they can be in the field, but they've also shown that they can be a bit sloppy, Afghanistan, when it matters the most. Yeah, Afif will be on strike now. We're looking at those projections, and he'll be hitting to the shorter part of the ground. 66 yards down to the leg side for him.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
But they only have, after this 4 more overs, so they need to look at and try to find the gaps. Afghanistan, you've got to give credit to them to restrict them to this total. And also picking up 5 wickets, that's a deft touch.
He holds the key. I find, especially in T20 games in Bangladesh, you need 1 or 2 guys to back the majority of the overs. When we say majority of the overs, we're looking at least 60-70% of the overs. And that allows the rest of the team to gel around you and get a meaningful total on the board. We saw it in the Bangladesh Premier League. When someone got in at the top of the order, they made it count for their side. Has he got enough back on it? Yes, he does. A timely boundary.
He looks to be in good touch, playing his 100 T20 international, Mushfiqur Rahim. The second one to do so for Bangladesh. Lovely wrist work. Just played it so late. Let the ball come onto the bat and have a look at that. Intentionally playing and away from that fielder. Could have been a better effort from Karim Jannat. Not the case. Not happy.
You've got to be quick on your feet to try and get to the ball, cut the angle. Otherwise, if you don't, it just runs away from you here. Low full toss into the deep. Just be a single. So they picked up 7 here. Afif just needs to maybe complement Mushfiqur with maybe picking up another boundary.
Yeah, it's never easy. As a batter, you are caught by surprise. If there's a full toss, you think your eyes lit up and you think, yes, you can put it away. But it's just not that easy. 99 for 5. It's just been a terrific pitch. Got to take my hats off to the head curator, Gamini Silva, and also the Bangladesh Cricket Board to encourage to have this kind of surface. So refreshing, isn't it? Bounce, the spin, there's turn, and it's also good for stroke play. 99 for 5.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
45 of those dots could be turned into singles. Maybe those 33 singles look as if they're 45 singles, and then the scorecard looks really good. But it was the first part of this innings that's made it very difficult. But they've got 4 overs to go. They've got a man that's set. They've got an exciting young man in Afif as well. They go at 10 runs and over from here. They get 140. I think that's enough today.
Having a look at the surface, I feel that maybe anything above 140, maybe 150. As far as I'm concerned, 160 should be a par and a good score to defend on the surface. Faruqi, not among the wickets, none for 12 in his third over now.
Slower delivery, cover, takes it. Oh, this is a big moment. Faruqi's been a bright light for Afghanistan, and he gets a big wicket and a big breakthrough.
That to a wicket of Mushfiqur Rahim. The dangerous looking Mushfiqur Rahim is back. Just could not get the elevation. The idea was right to hit it over the top of the infield. But in the end, it just spoons up and to Mohammad Nabi, who does not make any mistake. Yes, a great start to this over. Very first delivery, he picks up the dangerous Mushfiqur Rahim. Gone for 30. Bangladesh, 99 for 6.
Mahdi Hassan. He can bat, definitely. He's also someone that likes to play big shots and can make that strike rate he has right now look a lot better. Joined Afif. And he's out there because of this.
It's a slower delivery. Taking the pace of the ball, so very clever. Disguising it nicely and then forcing the batter to play a false stroke. Really good piece of bowling from Faruqi. Yeah, even if you are bowling on a surface which is green and lively, not a bad idea to take the pace off the ball.
A light inquiry, but I think they may be sliding down. The keeper gives it away as well.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
Not tinker too much with the top order. I think Saqib needs to bat 3. I think Linton Das needs to open. Linton Das coming in at number 3. Yes, it looks as if you're lengthening the batting lineup, but it's also maybe taking away the X factor that those players have or possess. Das is a natural opening batter, especially in white ball cricket. Bowled him! What a delivery! Change of pace to remove Mushfiqur Rahim, and change of pace. This is just under 140. Knocks over Mahedi.
It's a beauty. It's quick, it's straight, it's in the block hole and knocks over the stumps. That is a brilliant delivery. Absolutely spot on. Bang on target. Faruqi on fire. Picks up another wicket. Mahdi goes for naught. First ball duck for him. 100 for 7.
Nasir Ahmed, the hero from a few days ago with the ball in hand, but today he has the bat in hand. And Bangladesh are tottering 100 for 7. This is an absolute rip snorter.
It's a pitch of a delivery, isn't it? Right where you want to bowl, if you're trying to bowl a Yorker and knocks him over.
So excellently executed. Right into the crease, right into the base. Comes and Mahedi had no chance. It was fast, it was spearing in, and it was excellent.
I think they lost the plot, Bangladesh team, if you're just reflecting what they did. After the end of the 5th over, they were 30 for 2. But after the end of the 10th over, they were 47 for 4, which means they scored 17 runs and lost 2 wickets in those 5 overs after the 5th over. So very crucial to hang on to your wickets. You mentioned about Litton Kumar Das should be opening the bat up the order. That allows Shakib to come. But I think Bangladesh is trying to get to find the right combination, the opening pair.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
Litton Kumar Das came in. It's a beauty, isn't it? Litton Kumar Das scored those 60 while batting at number 3. So yeah, I do agree with you that he could have gone to open the innings, but to find the right combination, you got to give a little bit more time and more games to the ones you believe that they can be a part of that opening pair in terms of batting.
They've got lots of players waiting in the wings. I'd say this is a good over, but that's an understatement. It's a brilliant over. 2 wickets in it. It's 102 for 7. Too many wickets at key times in this run-setting endeavour. Find themselves 102 for 7. They still have Afif. Nasum will need to really support him. Projections have gone way below 140 now. If they have to go 12 and over, they get to 138. So I'm going to have to throw a lot of caution to the wind. Mazai, he's had an excellent day with the ball. He is very deceptive. The deliveries I saw today were just 142, 143, 140. This last delivery was 133. So he's someone that can surprise you.
Yeah, he broke the back of Bangladesh middle off, and he picked up wicket of Shakib Al Hasan. In short, only for a single. I think important for Bangladesh to realize the one in the middle. Afif Hussain and Nasir Ahmed, to ensure that they bat till the very end. This was the wicket that I was talking about, Litton Kumar Das. And nothing short in the end. I knew he was in trouble when he played that. Then trying to force his way to pick up a boundary, gets a leading edge. And that stage of the game, they were already in trouble. So maybe Shakib could have avoided to play that shot at that stage of the game.
But it just reinforces what I'm saying in that it looks as if they've beaten for pace as they've tried to play those cross-batted shots. Here you as well. See him off. More circumspect, but it just looks as if he had rushed them. Another surprise package that Afghanistan can work with from a fast bowling point of view.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
I think the back of this one to have a look and see whether it's a no ball or not. because of how it was delivered by the bowler in terms of the height. Is it above the waist height? The catch has been taken. I'll tell your thoughts.
I'll wait for the replay. But the umpire did give him out straight away, didn't he? The batter, he wanted to make sure that whether there was a case of above the waist. Fine there. I reckon he might be touch and go here. Look at this. It gets so difficult when he goes down, when he's on his knees. I think he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Yep. Correct decisions were made. So he's gone. So Umazai picks up a 50% for 7. Bangladesh in a heap of trouble. 104 for 8.
Yeah, low order now being exposed. Sariful Islam, 20-year-old. Can hit a few lusty blows, but Afghanistan seem like they have a bit between their teeth today. Ahmadzai especially. Look at that, that's quick.
He's here because of this. It looked like that he was in control, but not enough on the bat. So an easy catch for Hazratullah Zazai. Again, roll of the finger. That's the reason why he couldn't get that speed on the bat. Was again a slower delivery. Again, a very good one from Umazai. Have a look at this. Quickest 141, slowest 129. The pads, they'll pick up a single. Another very good over. Just the 3 runs. 105 for 8.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
Few overs to go, and this stage, Afghan supporter, you'd be really happy. However, Bangladesh, they've got 2 overs to try and muster whatever they can. Take you back to T20 international between Pakistan and Bangladesh. Bolden! Oh my goodness! He can produce some gems. Faruqi again, disturbing the furniture.
They cannot believe it. They've come in big numbers. Have a look at this. That is a brilliant joker. That's what you want to see from the seamers when you expose the low order batter. That could have taken even a top order. That is brilliant. Good reactions from Faruqi. Sariful Islam goes for naught. Bangladesh 105 for 9.
Mustafiz Rahman. Been a procession really last 3 or 4 wickets. Afghanistan are on the charge with the ball. Bouncer! Gosh, it surprised Mustafiz. Why did he go for the bouncer? His Yorker is almost unplayable. And the fizz is out there because he bowled an absolute beauty again.
No, he's been very good with the ball in this white ball format. That's a beauty. Again in the block ball and knocks him over. And would you believe it, Fazal Haq Farooqi now has 11 wickets in 5 games on this tour. ODIs and T20 International. More than anyone else. Shakib and Rashid are joined second with 7 each. 11. It has been a great find for Afghanistan.
Oh, maybe a direct hit. And he definitely has.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
And also Afghanistan can look back at this and think they've got an all-conditioned bowler. Flat wickets, slightly slower wickets. This wicket with a bit of grass on it as well. He bowls at various times in the innings. He can open the bowling through the middle and also finish off well. Just don't forget how good he is with these slower deliveries from the last T20 as well. Chipped away. They'll pick up a single. Every run will count for Bangladesh.
And remember, they're eyeing to pick up a win here to square the series. The first one won by Bangladesh by a very big margin of 61 runs, and the key man is on screen with the bat. 4 for 10 in 4 overs. It was all over Afghanistan in that particular match, especially in the power play. So it's all about bowling well and creating the pressure and trying to pick up early wickets. That's exactly what Afghanistan did today.
Tries the Yorker. Misses it, perhaps a foot. Pick up another important single. Got better today. You know what? Even the other day, that 155, they look good in the field. Their bowling looked good. Their batting didn't click. Bowlers have really kept them in the game. Afghanistan is just about whether and when their batters turn up. There it is, slower delivery. He's been excellent. Finishes off his spell, 3 for 18 in his 4, 19 gone, 109 for 9. Final over. 109 for 9, Bangladesh. What can you end up on? Afghanistan, can you just finish it off in style as you've done with the ball throughout this innings? Man given the responsibility from the Walton end will be Karim Jannat. Hero from a few days ago will be on strike. Nasum. Fine leg and third up in the circle. Cover right on the edge, and so is mid-off. Well played.
Watched it till the very late, didn't it? It was a pretty decent delivery. Again, eyeing to bowl.
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
Couple of boundaries if possible in this over. Otherwise, it's going to boil down to once again to Nasum and Fizz in the middle with the ball. They've got to create early chances, pick up wickets. Afghanistan looks to be in a pretty strong position.
Yeah, that would have been comfortably out. It was a direct hit. Khan, he's the one that threw it. Bowler grappling onto that. Shaking, as you can see, his hand is just wincing a bit. Okay, 2 runs thus far. Nelson. Lower ball misses out, perhaps to go through the shorter part of the ground. But you can't really blame these sort of batters if they don't lay any bat on the ball. It's difficult at this stage.
That's why they say that you don't lose too many in the first 10 overs. If you do that, then it's so difficult for any team, and especially in this format, to make a strong comeback. You need some big overs, and you needed someone, a middle order or a lower or a batter. At the moment, these are the bowlers in the middle, and they can't put bat to ball.
Yeah, literally they can't. 2 dot balls. It's been 24 deliveries since the last boundary, so he had 4 overs of dead silence from anything going over the fence, anything going along the ground towards the fence.
You're talking about boundaries, Eddie. 24 deliveries since the last boundary, and so far 11 fours and 1 6. Incredible, isn't it?
My. They do get a run. It'll be a leg by. Did that as well. Akhtar, you look at how many dot balls. 58 dot balls. So you're looking at close to 10 overs of no runs. That's a great part of it. That's almost half the game that has not been scored off. So it's difficult. Look at that number where almost half your overs you don't score off them. Right, final delivery. Could it be a boundary? Could it be the boundary they've been searching for? Good effort in the deep. Dawish gets the throw away, and the keeper is unable to grapple with it and maybe execute the run out. But they pick up 3 to Bangladesh. That final over goes for 6. It's 115 for 9. That's where Bangladesh end up on. Their last 5 overs have come about or costed
প্রিয় ভাইরা, যারা মোবাইলে লাইভ খেলা দেখতে চান তাদের জন্য লাইভ খেলা দেখার লিংক প্রথম কমেন্টে পিন করে দিয়েছি। প্রথম কমেন্টে দেওয়া লিংকে ক্লিক করে যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণ ফ্রি।
About how good they were in the field, but only half the job is done. They know that. They've known that from a day ago. And they got bowled out for 94. So it'll need to be a remarkable turnaround for them with the bat.
And they did have done a wonderful job with the ball to restrict Bangladesh for 115 for 9. This is what they get. Remember, Mahmudullah winning toss and deciding to bat first. They started losing